What really happened between Jungkook and Jin after BTS Toronto concert? A short moment on stage suddenly became one of the most talked about clips among ARMY, with fans joking that Jin and Jungkook were fighting for their lives. The interaction looked chaotic, physical, and surprisingly intense for a few seconds, but there is a much more interesting question behind the viral footage. Was it actually a fight? Or was it simply another unforgettable example of the playful relationship between two BTS members who have spent more than a decade together? And after the concert, did Jungkook really have something emotional to say about it? Before we go any further, there is one important point we need to make clear. There is no reliable public confirmation that Jungkook officially addressed a serious fight with Jin, apologized for one, or said that he cried because of this specific incident. What has been confirmed through the viral footage and fan reactions is the moment itself, while the more dramatic claims remain speculation. And that distinction matters because the real story may be even more interesting than the rumor. BTS Toronto concerts were already special for ARMY. The group was performing as 7 again on the ARIRANG World Tour, giving fans another chance to see Jin, Jungkook, RM, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, and V sharing one stage. After years of individual schedules and a long period when fans had to wait for the complete group to reunite, every concert has carried a different emotional weight. Toronto was no exception. The stadium was filled with fans who had waited for this moment, and throughout the show, the members created the kind of spontaneous interactions that have always made BTS concerts feel different from ordinary performances. Then came Jin and Jungkook. For a few seconds, their interaction looked completely chaotic. Jungkook moved toward Jin. The two appeared to get physical in a playful way, and the moment was captured from an angle that made everything look even more dramatic. Online, fans immediately reacted with jokes, calling it a fight and saying the two were fighting for their lives. The wording was clearly exaggerated fandom humor, but it was enough to make the clip spread quickly. Suddenly, people who had not even watched the full concert were asking the same question: what exactly happened between Jin and Jungkook? And this is where we need to slow down. A viral clip can tell us what happened in a few seconds, but it cannot automatically tell us what happened before the camera started recording, what happened after the clip ended, or what the members were actually thinking. A serious headline can make a playful interaction sound like a conflict, even when the people involved may have simply been joking around. That is why calling it a confirmed fight would go too far. In fact, the history between Jin and Jungkook gives us a much more natural explanation. Jin is the oldest member of BTS. Jungkook is the youngest. Their relationship has developed over many years, and fans have watched them tease each other, joke around, compete, annoy each other, and laugh together countless times. Jungkook joined BTS at a very young age, and Jin was already in the position of being the group's oldest member. Since then, they have traveled together, practiced together, performed together, experienced difficult periods together, and watched BTS grow from a young Korean group into a global phenomenon. That kind of history creates a special level of comfort. When two people have known each other for that long, a playful push or unexpected movement can look dramatic to someone watching from the outside. But between close friends, it can be completely normal. And that is why the Toronto clip feels so familiar to longtime ARMY. It has the same chaotic energy that has appeared between BTS members for years. Still, there is another reason the moment became so emotional for fans. BTS are not simply back on stage for another tour. Their return as 7 carries years of memories behind it. Fans waited through periods when the members were busy with solo activities, personal projects, and military service. During that time, each member continued growing in a different direction. Jungkook developed as a solo performer. Jin built his own identity as an artist and entertainer. The other members did the same. Yet the idea of all 7 returning to one stage remained something ARMY looked forward to. Now that it is happening, even small interactions can feel enormous. When Jungkook stands beside Jin, fans are not just seeing 2 performers. They are seeing the youngest and oldest members of a group that has shared an extraordinary journey. They are seeing years of memories compressed into a few seconds on stage. That is why a funny moment can suddenly become emotional. And then there is the word that has made the story even more dramatic: tears. Some headlines and fan discussions connect Jungkook's emotions with the viral moment, but this is where accuracy becomes important. Unless Jungkook himself confirms that he cried because of the interaction with Jin, we should not present that explanation as a fact. Jungkook has shown emotion many times throughout BTS' career, especially during meaningful performances and reunions, but that does not prove that every emotional moment is connected to a particular incident. What we can say is that the Toronto concert itself was an emotional event. Imagine standing on a huge stage after years of waiting and seeing tens of thousands of people singing along with you. Imagine turning around and seeing 6 familiar faces beside you again. Imagine remembering how young you were when this journey began, then realizing how much has changed since those early days. That is enough to make anyone emotional. For Jungkook, the journey is especially remarkable. He entered BTS as the youngest member and grew up in front of the world. Jin was one of the members who was there from the beginning, watching that transformation happen. Their relationship was built during years that included exhausting schedules, international tours, rehearsals, interviews, celebrations, setbacks, and countless ordinary moments away from the cameras. So when they joke around on stage today, there is an entire history behind it. That is what makes the viral fight so interesting. Maybe the moment was simply playful. Maybe the dramatic appearance came from the camera angle. Maybe fans were exaggerating because the interaction was funny. And maybe the reason it felt so emotional is not because something bad happened, but because fans were simply happy to see these two members being themselves again. That possibility is important, because sometimes the truth behind a viral BTS moment is not a scandal. It is friendship. The internet has a tendency to turn short clips into complete stories. Someone sees a few seconds, adds a caption, another person reposts it, and suddenly thousands of people are discussing an interpretation as if it were an official statement. That can be especially powerful with BTS because their fan community is enormous and extremely active. A playful interaction becomes a fight. A quiet moment becomes sadness. And a tear can become proof of a story that was never confirmed. That does not mean fans are wrong to react emotionally. It simply means we should separate what we saw from what we assumed. What we saw in Toronto was Jin and Jungkook sharing a viral clip. What has not been confirmed is a serious conflict, an apology, or a statement connecting Jungkook's tears to this incident. And that is why the Toronto moment matters. After years of waiting, Jin and Jungkook can still create chaos that makes BTS feel close. What do you think happened? Share your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this story, like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more BTS updates. More BTS stories are coming today.